friends, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in the series of Python programming. And in this video, we are going to discuss about the various Python operators. In my previous video, we have discussed about the input output functions and getting started with Python, all the basics of it. So by now, I assume that you can write very small simple programs where you can take some input from the user and you can print the inputs also. Whatever has been taken, right? So you are able to typecast and certain functions you are able to do. Now let us learn more about the Python operators. So what is an operator? Generally, if you want to perform any operation, they are operator, and the operations are performed on values or variables which are called as the operands, and the operators are nothing but your special symbols like you have minus, plus, multiplication, division, etc. Right? So this is an example of an operation where C and D are your operands, and plus is addition is your operator, right? Now there are various types of operators. There are multiple operators and they have been categorized according to their functions. So there is arithmetic where you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo. You have relational operator which is like less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to and not equal to. You have logical operators like and, or, and, not. You have bitwise operators. Bitwise operator perform on the binary numbers, and you have the assignment operator like equal to, plus, equal to make the codes shorter. So let us get started with the arithmetic operators, and it is a very simple where you have to perform certain functions only. We can write a simple program and see it. Now since you can take the input from the user, you have taken two inputs A and B, and then you can perform addition, subtraction, etc. So shall we write one small piece of code for it? Let's get started in our Python page, right? In our text editor, which is saved as type.py. So let us take two variables as an input. So input is the enter first value, and if you remember, just to brush up once again, input function takes in the form of a string, right? Okay. So enter second value, right? And you can do addition. So let's directly print addition. What you are going to do here is A plus B. Right? Fine. Then you can perform subtraction. Okay, let us just simply do the addition first, then we can extend it. So let's execute the module. So let's say I have 30, just a minute. I have 30 and I have 40, right? So sorry, I just wrote, okay, we can take some big numbers then. Addition is something like that. Okay, let me we will re-execute it next time when we will print all the other functions. So you have subtraction. You can perform subtraction like A minus B. You want to do multiplication. So multiply. You write A multiply by B, right? Then which operation you want to do? Division. Okay, let's see. Division, print division, and you have A divided by B. Okay, and modulus operation, print modulus, and that will come as A modulo B. And if you want exponential function, let's do it. Exponent function, that you can do A double star B. Okay, so let us execute it. So let's enter the first value as 10, the second value as, let's say, 5, and you can see, yeah. Now this is what makes this an interpreter command. Now when you have written as unsupported operand type for string, now why is this error coming? Because this is a string function. Understood, everyone? Since it is a string function, what happens here is that you have already written, see, You missed it. That is why I told you I will execute it again. In this previous execution, it is 30 and 40. Understood? So when it is 30, 40 was the first value and the second value was 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here the addition operation answer was not correct. Okay. It was 30 space 40. Whatever I have written, what did it do? It has appended the two strings. Now why it is so? For that understanding, you have to go back to my previous video where I have already discussed that the input function takes the value in the form of a string. Just now also I told you, still we wrote it. So what we have to do, we have to typecast it, and let us see based on typecasting if it works or not, right? Programming is nothing but you have to try test this. Okay, so let's say you have a 10 and you have a 5 and now you got your answer. Understood why? Because now you have converted it into string. So addition mein it just simply did what? It has appended the two strings, which you might have got it unnoticed. So I hope you understood that addition is 15, subtraction is 5, multiplication is 50, division is 2, modulus is 0, and exponent is this high value. Understood? So this is how you can test and try. So now you understood that integer takes the input in the form of string, so you have to typecast it. The second type of operator is a relational operator. So now in the relational operator, let us see how does it performs the relational operator. So let's take again two values. Now do you want I hope you are clear with the string operation and the conversion into integer, so I'm not explaining you again. So now let's say if you have written a greater than b, now what is the answer? You have not written any condition and all, right? So let's see, save it. Now if you execute it, now you are giving the first value, let's say 10. You are giving it 10. Next value is say 20. Now what you have written? A greater than b. Is a greater than b 10 greater than 20? No. So your answer is false. So it has returned in the form of true or false. Similarly, you can write down print a less than b. So it will come as your true. Okay. So you can execute. So again you can give the same values just for verification. 10, 20, first answer is false, second answer is true. So here you got all the results in the form of true or false. Okay, now you can check it for strings also. Okay, so if you check it for strings, let's remove this integer. Okay, and remove this integer, and it will take the input in the form of a string. So you just save it. Right? So if you are entering the first value as Sonali Kaur, so it will return your true and false because it will check the string type. Understood? So it can work on the strings also. Then let us see the logical operators. Logical operators will take your input and output as true or false, right? So let's say A is equals to true, right? And B is equals to false, right? A is true and B is your false, right? Now you want to print A and B. You want to perform an AND operation between them, right? So false, obviously true and false is false. So similarly you can print OR and AND. Fine. So these are your logical operators and OR and NOT. Okay, NOT. Fine. Next, let's say bitwise operators. So what are bitwise operators? They perform bit by bit. They are used to operate on the binary numbers. So bitwise NOT, bitwise shift, bitwise AND, OR. So you can do it. See, what we can do here is that, so let's say A is equals to 10, B is equals to 4. And you want to do print A ampersand. The symbol for it is ampersand B. Okay, so you save it, execute it, so it is 0. Okay, what it did, it printed A and B. Now, if you are doing, if you want to test it, let's say A is also 4 because you have done OR operation, right? Sorry, AND operation. So you can say it will give you 4. Why? Because if you convert this into binary 4 and binary 4, or ending of these two will give you the same answer. Or you can take some other values also. So this is your bitwise operator, right? So bitwise you can perform A and B, A or B. You can try each one of them. This tilde sign is for the not. Okay, this tilde sign is for not. Then this one is for your XOR. This one is your shift. Okay, right shift and left shift. Then comes your assignment operator. So this you have done in other programming languages also. Very simple. A is 10, B is equals to A means you are assigning the values. Now this means what? B plus is equals to A means what? B is equals to B plus A. This is the short form of writing. This means what? B is equals to B minus A. B is equals to B multiplied by A, like this. Understood? So these are the different types of the assignment operator. This is less than equal to and or. Fine. Then comes, so this is your all the types of assignment operator. You can try each one of them. You can write small programs and you can put this and you can try them. Now in my next video we are going to discuss about the various rich data type set of your Python. You might be thinking that data types we have covered like integer, float, character, string, etc. But they are not just these data types. We will be talking about something like arrays and all, which you have studied in other languages. But how to take care of them in Python, in that we will see in details. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel and stay tuned with your book, pencils and your laptop open and learn Python with me in a very easy way. Thank you.